I'm so lost. Aha! Now what do I do? I don't get it! How do you play? I have a plate, but I don't know how to do anything with it. Letters? Do any buttons do anything? Control, Shift. I'm so confused. My beloved book is in the center of it. Okay, wait, what's it called? Price? Huh? Dear Diary, center. And I can't read that. My eyes are too bad. There we go. Wait, that's not the objective? 2 plates? Where's said plate? Alright, I gotta fix the blush toggle. It's driving me insane. There we go. I made the mistake of making the toggle for that my down button, which was a really dumb idea. Okay. Idle animations. No. Customize. Figure. Aha. Key 1. In 0. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Or maybe not. There we go, I got it to work. Now I just gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing. Because I am so confused right now. Took a plate. You are a raccoon going its way, but it's very starved. Luckily, there are some potato chips, which look phenomenal. Eat these and you'll feel your starvation. But watch out for bombs. If you grab it, you will fly away to the raccoon planet. Okay. This is weird and unsettling. Okay. What am I doing with all these plates? I'm so confused. Where does the horror start? I just want some horror. Sweetheart, Mom and Dad will be late today. Go ahead and sleep first. Before that, don't forget to wash your hands and find 3 missing plates. Then put them in the sink. Okay, but there's like a million sinks and this house is big and I don't know where the sink is. Okay, living room. Piano room. Kitchen. Yay, I found it. Returned every plates. Okay. Cool. Now what? No instructions. Oh, I gotta go wash my hands. Okay. I did everything right. What do I do now? Go to bed? Let's go to bed. Luna, listen carefully. This book is not merely a book. If you use it wrong, it will cause a disaster. So listen to my words carefully. Okay? Oh shit. Heard something from the first floor. Of course my VTuber is on the side where all the text shows up. I'm not moving it. Fuck it. There do be footsteps on the floor. Hello? Is that blood? I can't tell. Okay. Bathroom looks normal. I am scared. I should have picked a happy, cute, fun game. Why did I do this to myself? Frame of family picture is broken. Oh shit. Okay. I want my mommy. Where's the phone? Can I call 911? I'm so confused. Wait, where did the bloody footprints go? The footprints are gone. What the fuck? Oh shit! Found you. Hello. Hello. Haven't seen you for a while, Luna. I've been so lonely for all that time. Why are you trying to run away from me? We used to play together a lot. Did we? That's nice. I heard your parents will be late today, right? Let's have fun together for all night. No, that's okay. It's past my bedtime. How about a hide and seek? I'll hide first. If you find me, touch me, then run towards your room and hide in the bed, or you will be caught. Nice. I'm going to cry now. Do I have a time limit to do this? Because I would like very much not to have a time limit to do this. She's in the shower. They're always scary and in the shower. Okay, she's not in the shower. this game very much. Wait, what? What? No, I'm confused. Am I supposed to? It says touch her and then run away. I'm gonna turn my brightness settings up because I can't even see the game very well. I don't get it. Okay, so my bedroom is up here, right? How do I get back into bed, though? What the? Ah! Is there a time limit? There must be a time limit. Okay. I can do this. I am not scared, and I will not pee my pants. Oh, I only have 48 seconds. Okay. I didn't realize that until just now. How the hell am I supposed to find you? Okay. Touch. Ah! What the? But I did it right. This game is not fair. She's right here, right? Right? Did she change spots? What the fuck? Well, I'm running out of time anyway. I don't know where she went. Is it random every time? God! So she's not in the TV room. She's not in the bathroom. I gotta stop going that way. She's not in this bathroom. Oh, I think she's in here? No? I went right back into the same room. Yeah, she's gonna get me again. I don't get Jesus every damn time. Okay. Okay. Did it freeze? I think it froze. Yeah, the game froze. Fantastic. Alright. Welcome to Scufftown. Destination me. this room only has one door. And this is my bedroom. And she's not in here. Okay. The bathroom only has one entrance. There she is. How do you run from her, though? Now that's bullshit. You can't run from her. You touch her, the screen turns red, and she immediately gets you. What the flip? Is there a way to run? Did I miss something? Uh-oh, I've got 5 seconds. She's coming. I am doomed. There she is. What am I supposed to be doing? How do you run from her? I gotta look this up. Is there a way to run that I totally missed? Luna, Steam game. How to run away from hide and seek ghost. Phasmophobia, that's the wrong game. I don't get it. Okay, so there's nothing about the game anywhere. Nice, nice. There's just no way to win this game unless that's the entire game. Run button. That's what I want to know. I'm trying every single possible button. Aha, the shift button is the run button. I thought so. Okay. I are smart. Oh, I don't want to play this one anymore. So I gotta... There's no like exit button, so you have to restart it manually every time. I think. There we go. Aha! Now we're fast. And now I have the zoomies and I can't find where she's at. Where you at, little ghost buddy? Now what? No! Oh, I hit the wrong one. I don't want to play this one. Grr. If I actually manage to get past this somehow, I will be amazed. I'm learning. I'm getting better at it. Slowly but surely. She never hides in the bathroom. That's weird. Ah, she's gonna get me. 3, 2, 1, and there she is. It froze again! Ugh. I'm gonna give this game one more shot. And I'm moving on to something else because... Good lord. It's really cute, and I really like it, but I'm not good at it. Okay, run, run, run. Now that is bull because there's a dresser right in the way. Right when you try to run. is she? So even if I stay near my bed, she still comes to get me. That's not right. Is this like a gag game where there's no way to get past the ghost and that's the whole... Or am I just stupid? Probably the second one. I just want to talk to you. It takes too long to find her. By the time I find her, she's already about ready to kill me anyway. Hey, girlfriend. You just want... Ah! Okay. That... I don't... I'm done. I give... I'm gonna try to find a different game to play. What else do I have? English? Okay. Hi, Rocker. Alright. I know my big booty tail is in the way, but I'll just read. This one's called Trick or Treat, I think? Trick and Treat. Okay. The sound of our steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal, is the only thing we can hear. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only things that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. We walk without knowing what we're really looking for, or better said, for no reason. We are just a group of boys bored with their lives, trying to create a lasting memory on this night instead of just staying home doing nothing. Tonight is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween. 3 young men walk through a dark but up until now... Wait, what? Oh, 3 young men walk through a dark but up until now nothing special forest, me being one of them. I speak good. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl here to see how brave we are. Seeing it like that, one could say this is a meaningless effort. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49 a.m. That means we've been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. I'm sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying, but once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly, we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return. I should tell them. I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest became strange. Suddenly, a cold chill ran through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from one second to the other. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. We all stop at that moment. What's happening? I asked, confused, while turning to look at my friends. By the expression on their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then that we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us. We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless like statues without making a noise. Just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. What's happening? As if I could know. We heard the steps again. They clearly belonged to a human, or at least to a large animal, but there is something strange about them. It sounds as if the person walked dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Damn, why is this happening? It makes no sense. We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it. I have the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me. My heart is beating anxiously. It's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there, but strangely my friends seemed unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone, they said. It must have been just an animal. They convinced me that I was safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief, however bad luck would soon strike us again. Unexpectedly, the forest became darker than before in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our flashlights, which finally went out. Of the 3, only one, mine, was still working. What's going on? Did the batteries die? Asked one of them, scared, while they both beat them desperately as if it was going to revive them. I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone, but after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that. Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard, but the silence is different now. We're not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we're afraid. Okay, we get it! Show me something cool! We continue walking despite the fear that invades us. Visibility is almost 0, but we have no choice. In theory, we were walking back looking for the exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest. We could be walking in circles, and I would never notice it until it's too late. I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of here. ... Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. We hear the footsteps of someone, or something. Once more, the 3 of us become statues awaiting the presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn, get away from here and leave us alone! Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time, they do not appear, but rather come at us. I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere, looking for the author of those footsteps, hoping for the light to reveal their identity and erase our fears. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is that all there is around here? Just empty air? My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment the light revealed something. Quickly, I point to the same place, only to discover it was gone. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I am sure that I saw something. It was then that I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief on our faces. Really? It's a kitty cat? Meow! It's a white cat with eyes of an intense red, which stands before us. Her look is not the friendliest, to say the least. Somehow I get the feeling it's a female cat. Wait a minute. How do I... Hey... Okay. It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. The echo of her meow was heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us three. I am not good at reading. I fall to the ground, and little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. I lose consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen with me. Interlude, before night falls. Okay. It is day like any other, so normal that it was almost painful. The only special thing that could be said about it is that it's October 31st. Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, at least seems like that. There were some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imaginations. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. I remember that my mother once painted painted my face red and told me, "You will be the devil." But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the Tomato Man. But those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Except perhaps the scolding for acting like a child when I am 17 years old. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We are still not old enough to go to the disco. And I doubt guys like us would have any luck with that environment. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Everything perfect, except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Hey Axel, let's have a couple matches, what do you say? My friend Steven called my attention while playing with the game console. Rush Red, I believe that's what the game is called, a fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing that. Boring, the AI is no rival for me, Steven said with confidence. That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge to Alfred, I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that, Alfred said, doubting for a second. He's sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he's in Wikipedia. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement without even thinking about what he was reading. Alfred looks at me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. When we forget our past mistakes, we're doomed to repeat them. What are you talking about? This village is small and its story is not interesting at all. Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it. Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing so. Your ignorance is worthy of praise. He paused. Get to the good stuff. Come on. Did you know that 20 years ago on this date a man disappeared? So what about it? I asked without being impressed or even interested in the least. Things like that happen all the time in all places. As I thought, you don't know the history despite living in this very place. Alfred said while adjusting his glasses. Yeah, actually, there is a legend behind the disappearance. That is what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. It's then that I noticed that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page. Come on, read this and learn a little, Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Both Stephen and I moved closer to read it. Town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire Country, 1994. I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes. Some difficult to solve, but all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Truth is that I can't understand what happened. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham, 23 years old, single. The last time he was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. He had drank alcohol but was still sober, or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with a simple drunkenness. He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood. It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy. We would easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is, we don't know what happened then. The track suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest. And that's all. There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. There was no blood, no more footprints, or anything else. The depth of his last footprint and the position they were in indicated that he was still walking. At no point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air, with all his clothes in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing, but I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints I sensed a faint smell of rot. However, there were no animal corpses nearby. Oh my god. It's ridiculous to think he suddenly started to decay and became Earth. Who wrote this? In the end, the cases were closed in just 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he decided to escape from the village. However, while officially there was no more to do, I couldn't sleep in peace. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind, I thought of all the theories, like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew, but in the end, they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4. Oh, is it? Oh, alright, let me see if I can fix that real quick. How do I fix that, actually? Is that better? There we go. Alright. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more. All young men. The story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without a trace. Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st. But there is more. A detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a killer or a kidnapper behind this, and that is the separation of the years. Roger Bacon disappeared in 1924. Mitchell Smith disappeared in 1867. Jason Black disappeared in 1813. And the worst of all, Oswald Taylor disappeared in 1707. It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer may be in the past of the forest. It was then when I discovered that what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually had a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oaks Forest, the place was called Witchwood. The word witch has huge similarities with witch. Taking into consideration that it is an old name and language changes over time, that indicates that it was the forest of witches. Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all the information already lost. They were stories told in voice, without a properly written record. I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with good eyes and began to hunt them. That's what I want to know. How do you have records all the way back to 1707? Maybe the person that wrote this is a witch, and they're trying to throw people off? Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Anyway, obviously, I cannot accept something like that as the answer. In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each of them escaped from the village, using the legend of the forest to make it look like it was something supernatural. Interesting story. I didn't know that such a story was hiding in this town. I said honestly surprised. Even if it's a lie, it managed to hold my interest. Wait, there is something more. See, now the bottom of the screen is cut off. I can't win. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that too. Let's just do it that way. We've read what is written here. A couple of comments call our attention. Both of them talk about some creature. At that time, they felt a horrible fear for what could happen to them. Well, the two comments share great similarities, but they could have been written by the same person. There are many others that deny it. Looks like many people went to the forest because of the legend, but couldn't find anything. I thought that you only read these things to look more cool before the girls, replied Stephen as a joke. Alfred giggled with a little shame. Partly, yes. He admitted it, that he's a horn dog. That was the secret everybody silently knew. Well, now we have an activity for tonight, Stephen said at the same time he makes a face overflowing with enthusiasm. What? I asked, completely lost. I thought we were just killing time. Simple, let's go to the forest. He seemed really fascinated by the story. Are you insane? Said Alfred, unable to believe what he was hearing. What he was hearing. I am English. I are English good. You only needed to look at his face to know he did not like the idea. Despite everything you've heard, you want to go? Of course, it would be a test of courage among us three, replied Stephen, full of confidence. Perhaps too much. He should relax a bit. Don't tell me you're afraid. No, why should I be afraid, bitch? Answered Alfred at the same time he folds his arm, making a false gesture of security. It's more than obvious that you are afraid, Alfred. Almost as much as when you have to talk with a girl. And what about you, Axel? Don't tell me you won't come. Suddenly, Stephen asked me at the same time, looking at me mockingly. Don't tell me you want to be chicken. I hate that tone of voice he used. I will never give you that, I said without thinking, showing a confident smile and look. Well, let's not say more. Take your coats, backpacks, flashlights, and some food. We are going to the forest, Stephen said, full of energy. Yeah! We three said in unison as if we were going to have some kind of private party, not really knowing what we were doing or what we were going to find. Did you say panty raid? I awake completely confused, not knowing how much time has passed. My head hurts like hell, but I can't blame it. Fortunately, the pain goes away quickly, just as my confusion. Soon I come back to my senses. My flashlight is lying on the ground, shining towards the empty air. I immediately pick it up. It was my only protection against the darkness that surrounds me. Then I remember that Stephen and Alfred were with me. Stephen! Alfred! Can y'all hear me? Without thinking, I scream their names in the dark while trying to find them with my flashlight, but there is no trace of them. They are gone. Where the hell are they? And what the heck just happened? This isn't a panty raid, I said angrily. I really don't understand anything. Shit, we should have stayed at home. This is not a proof of courage. We could be in danger. I have to find them. 2:19 a.m. Shit's about to go down. Little time has passed since I started to look for my friends, and I already can't stand this place. I'm going crazy in this forest. The darkness that covers it is unnatural. It is a darkness that steals your own sanity, replacing it with anxiety. This is the most dramatic 17-year-old kid I have ever seen in my life. To make it worse, the air is damp and cold as in winter, carrying a strong rot smell, as if there were corpses of animals hidden throughout the forest. The atmosphere in this place is oppressive. With every step you take, it makes you more uncomfortable. Since I started to look for my friends, I felt that something is watching me, but there is nothing. I sigh with my voice full of frustration. I just want to get out of here. I continue walking, devoid of any hope. No matter where I look or how much I walk, I find nothing. I cannot even hear the sound of animals. Rather, it seems they are already dead and rotting. This kid needs, like, a psych test. He's not okay. Have I ever met or been with a 17-year-old? They're all dramatic. I was 17 around the time I started this channel, so yes, I know. Rather, it seems they are already dead and rotting. No, I have to calm myself, said Axel in a very weeby way. I said to myself, cringy. I stopped for a moment to rest. I breathe deeply, but the rotten air of this place does me no good. Immediately, I start to cough as if I had something stuck in the throat. Shit. What am I going to do? This kid is weird. This cursed forest seems endless. I'm gonna take out my katana and find myself a girlfriend. And I'm gonna throw my fedora at all the ghosts. And even if by miracle I could escape, I cannot abandon Stephen and Alfred, my broskies. I'm really screwed up. Again I sigh, feeling on the verge of tears. My frustration is building up, but I have to do my best to keep calm. Oh, he's totally a JoJo's fan. You know how, like, they do Marco Polo? He's like, Ledo, and they're like, Ledo. If I fall into despair, then there is no doubt I will be joining the list of missing persons. In the end, I decided to keep walking. Well, I mean, it's that or freeze to death, kid. Let's go. Step by step, I should get somewhere. At least I was convinced that staying in the same place would not do me any good. Even if it was only to deceive myself, feeling that I am doing something, I wanted to continue walking. This is some Paimon level shit, where they talk in circles and say the same thing like 10 different times. Time passes without any changes. Only the sound of my footsteps can be heard. Knowing that as soon as you stop, you will be surrounded by a dead silence is a good incentive to keep walking. But my legs were already hurting. Suddenly, I hear a crack at my feet. Instantly, I take a step back and look below to see what made that sound. What is this? I whispered to myself, surprised, discovering that I had stepped on animal bone. I believe that it's from an animal, well, duh, although I do not rule out the possibility that it belongs to a person. But for my own good, I prefer not to think about that. I'd rather focus on the panty raid that we missed out on. An expression of anguish is drawn on my face. It is best to ignore it. I have to keep walking. Suddenly, my flashlight reveals something, as flashlights often do. Without hesitation, I point towards there again. ... It's a titty tat. Oh my god! Only to realize with the surprise that it is the cat. The one from before, which made that awful meow. Was it like, oh, Long Johnson, oh... But this time I find it's lying on the ground. It appears to be fainted and is wounded. Then what should I do? I believe in me that believes in the me that who is I that is you. Then what should I do? Pick her up. It is best to continue without waking her. That cat is dangerous. It's her fault that I ended up in this place and my friends are missing. How? PETA, where you at? This kid is mean. But even knowing that, for some strange reason, I can't help but feel sorry for her. Even if it is unnatural, it is still an animal. I then bend down to see her closer. She is unconscious, and there is a thin line of blood coming from her mouth. Oh my god! Call the vet! I'm a real idiot. Yes, you are. I said to myself at the same time I cleaned the blood from her mouth with a handkerchief that I had with me. Fortunately, she doesn't wake up. I then close her mouth, making her appearance a little better. Now she seemed to be peacefully sleeping. ... After a long sigh, I decided to pick her up carefully. I don't know what the powers of this cat are, but if she brought me here, maybe she can return me to my world. With her in my arms, I decide that the best thing I can do is to continue walking. So wait, we're not in the same forest anymore? I'm confused. This person just wants desperately to be isekai'd, I think. 2:31 a.m. Again, I find myself in the dark forest, walking aimlessly, only moving forward, but it didn't seem I was getting somewhere. In my arms, I carry the cat, which sleeps soundly. Come here you'll be safe. I suddenly stop. It was probably easy to see the disbelief on my face at that moment. It's that voice again. I whispered to myself with no one to listen to me. Shortly after I found the cat, a mysterious voice appeared in my mind. It is a feminine voice, soft and gentle, as if it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale, but I can't trust it. Am I really going crazy, or is it this forest that doesn't make any sense? I don't know, but I don't like any of the two options. I then feel the cat move in my arms. I look down at her confused, just to see how she opens her red eyes suddenly. I become quiet that instant. For a moment, the two stayed motionless, staring into the eyes of the other. The red eyes of the cat are disturbing to me, but also there is something fascinating about them, something that attracts me. I lose myself in her eyes as if hypnotized, until suddenly she jumps within the I cannot talk today. Until suddenly she jumps with the intention of scratching my face. My reflex is pushing her at the same time I jump back, turning my head to dodge her claws. I managed to dodge her attack, but in the process, I dropped my flashlight. I panicked and acted clumsily. The flashlight falls near me, lighting up a tree in the vicinity. As soon as it left my hands, I remember how dense this abnormal darkness is. I quickly pick it up, not even thinking before taking action. I then light the place where the cat was, only to discover she had arched her body angrily as if she feared an attack from me. Those red eyes stare at me, shining within the light of the flashlight as if they were jewels reflecting a fearsome hatred and rejection towards me. My body freezes after seeing them. I can't even think. The cat then lets out a thunderous meow, similar to one before but weaker, although not any less frightening. There is no doubt there is something wrong with that animal. It must be cursed. Everything is her fault. She must be some kind of evil spirit, a pet of the witches. I feel how panic seizes me. My heart beats quickly, begging me to do something. My mouth is dry and my forehead covered with cold sweat. What should I do? Escape from the cat or confront the cat? Let's confront the kitty cat. No, I should not despair. I have to calm down and think carefully about what I should do. With that in mind, I take a deep breath and look again at her. Soon the expression in my eyes changes from fear to courage. I realize it is only a cat, without a doubt a strange one, but my life is not actually in danger. That isn't a tiger staring at me, but a simple cat. Apparently her only powers are those weird meows. If she could kill me, she would have already done it. So I rule out that possibility. Her work must be transporting the next victim to this area of the forest, so unnatural and shady. After filling my lungs with air, I slowly walk towards the cat. Her meows get louder with every step, but I don't let them scare me. Seeing that I do not turn back, she shyly takes a step back. In my mind, I smiled at that image. The prey is now the hunter. I look at her directly while advancing. Little by little, her meows become weaker, as if she was losing strength. Then I suddenly jump and take her in my arms. She hardly resists at all. Not so tough now, right? You look better like this. She's trembling in my hands. She looks so helpless that I almost feel like a villain. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. She didn't do anything. I'm so fucking confused. She's probably like a witch person, but she didn't do anything. So this is where I'm like, whatever. Bah, there's a weird cat outside. She looks just like Grandma the fucking thing. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. It's her fault that I'm in this place. She brought me here. Then if I kill her, would it be possible to go back? No, Axel, don't do it. For a moment, the grim idea crossed my mind. I had never killed an animal. Truth is that I can't be proud of myself in doing such a thing. But if I do, maybe this legend could end here and now. Then what should I do? You get the option to kill No! Just keep her captured, you dunce. It is only logical. The magic should die along with the cat. That should be my ticket back. If I kill her, everything would be over tonight, and that legend would come to an end. Confident that it was for the best, I try to view it in my mind. Right, that's what I was thinking. But no matter how hard I force myself to see it, in the end, I am unable to take the life of another living being. Even if it is a cursed cat serving a witch, I don't feel good killing her. As you shouldn't. I think I'm too nice for my own good. He needs smacked, like right upside the head by his mama. So the only thing that remains is to keep her with me, hoping that sooner or later she'll allow escape. With nothing more to think about, I decide the best thing to do is to continue my path. Poor kitty, she gets to live another day. 2:41. It's been a few minutes since I captured the cat. Again, I find myself walking with her in my arms, led by the strange voice. How long have I been walking in this forest? Apparently not enough to make me go mad, but it should be close. Don't be afraid. Come with me. I'll help you. The voice sounds closer this time. It seems that I'm going in the right direction. I don't fully trust in it, but it's the best. It kind of reminds me of that movie, The Village, by M. Night Shyamalan, you know? Like, this kid's really naive. I mean, maybe it's the early 1900s? No, there's a computer and a... Nah, it's modern. The kid's just an idiot. At least at first glance, it seems a friendly voice. I am completely focused on my way when I suddenly feel something bite me. Gee golly, I bet it's the cat. The cat that you holding in your arm? Like, how stupid. I shout in pain, realizing the cat bit my arm. Fortunately, it wasn't a dangerous bite, but it sure was painful. With my distraction, she takes the chance to jump from my arms, falling a few steps away from me. Quickly, I set my gaze upon her, furious, but soon something happens that makes me forget about my anger. Suddenly, the cat is covered with a bright light, so much that it repels the unnatural darkness surrounding the forest, stealing my breath. Under the light, its figure gradually changes until it ceases to be a cat and becomes a human figure. I called it. machine! Wonder Cat power makeup! No longer is there a cat in front of me, but a girl with incredible beauty. I must really be going crazy. She has white hair and red eyes. She seems about my age, conveniently. In other circumstances, I would have asked her out without hesitation. Just thinking about it makes me laugh to myself in my mind. You almost murdered this person, you douche. Even at the edge of madness, it seems some things about me will never change. She approaches slowly towards me, one step at a time, with no fear. The girl then stares into my eyes with a slightly irritated face. Her lips are moving. She seems to be saying something, but I am unable to hear a sound. Are you trying to tell me something? I babbled, still confused, with a face of disbelief, which surely made me look stupid. Dot, 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 said the girl with a very low voice. I do not understand what she is saying. What? I can't hear you well. I asked, still confused. Suddenly the girl pouts in a bad mood. What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Finally I could hear clearly, and just in time, because it seems her patience was about to end. Okay, now I hear you, I said, annoyed. All of my astonishment from just a few seconds ago disappears when I see the arrogant attitude of the girl. At least now I don't think she will bite me, I hope. The girl then snorts with irritation. What an annoying guy I had to find, she said at the time she places a hand on her lips, making a pensive face. Wait, you shouldn't speak ill of someone you have right before you. I was quick to respond. Who writes like this? Who speaks like this? Ah! For a moment I feel annoyed at the thought that I have to teach manners to this spirit, or whatever she is. A pity, so much beauty wasted on someone so arrogant. The girl let out a snort of annoyance after hearing me. I'm sorry, it's a bad habit that I can't quit, she answered without sounding very repentant. Very repentant, clearly a false apology. After talking, she diverts her gaze towards the surroundings as if she was bored. I am not responding to the chat. Oh, hi, I didn't realize you came in. Yes, it's a horror visual novel, and it's a really long one, I think. It's kind of weird. I replied annoyed. I just met her, and I already feel I don't like her. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I must not forget who this girl is. She was the cat that started it all. Anyway, at least could you tell me why you attacked me and my friends? I asked shortly after, acting more seriously. The greetings were over. It's time to get to the important stuff. And why did you bite me if I wasn't doing anything? You tried to kill her. Ah! Before I knew it, my lips moved, asking another question. I cannot lie, I was angry. The girl then stares at my face. She blinks with curiosity before speaking. Does it hurt? The wound? She asked innocently. Yes? I was quick to respond with annoyance. I didn't need to say more. Of course it hurts me, silly cat. She looks at me in silence for a few seconds until suddenly she approaches me without any shyness or fear. On second thought, how could a simple human, such as me, scare a cat that can turn into a person? Show me your wound, said the girl when she stood right next to me. Her presence makes me nervous. This girl seemed to not know what personal space is. As embarrassing as it sounds, I've never had a girl this close, if only it wasn't in this forest. I don't know why, I shouldn't trust her, but strangely, something tells me that she has no bad intentions. Like, she bit him twice, but also, all of a sudden, he totally forgot about his two friends. So he's not a bro. The girl is surrounded by a calm aura, something pure, unlike anything else in the forest. In the end, resigning myself with a sigh, I show her my arm with the bite. Immediately, the girl sets her sights on my wound. It will only take a moment, she said with complete confidence. Then she looks up into my eyes. Could you close your eyes? She asks as she blushes slightly. Oh my god, I gotta do the blushy emote. Where's my blushy emote? Ooh, woo. There we go. am surprised to see the embarrassed face she has, even if it's just a little bit. Then I sigh, feeling something wasn't right, but there is nothing else I can do. Okay. I didn't know what to expect. For a moment I thought she would get naked or something like that. Oh my god! Who wrote this? But what kind of magic can work only when you have no clothes? I don't know, but my mind sure wanted to imagine that. Come on, Axel, keep your composure. Suddenly I feel something warm and wet touch my wound. Immediately I shudder. Wait, what are you doing? It's a stupid question because I know well what she's doing. She was licking my wound. Ew, I don't like this game. This is weird. Children, calm down. You idiot. Who said you could watch? Was quick to respond the cat. With her cheeks red in embarrassment and her lips still close to my wound, she looked adorably troubled. Don't you see that I'm just trying to heal you? She then added in a bad mood. I'm sorry, I said, blushing. I thought you would do something more extraordinary. Now I'm not sure. Is she a girl who can transform into a cat or a cat that can transform into a girl? Sorry to disappoint you for not being extraordinary enough. It is then that I realized that the pain has disappeared. With curiosity, I look where the wound was, only to discover that now there's no trace of it. For a couple of seconds, I stay silent, incredulous. I really hope not, because of their ages. Like, all it said was that it was a cute trick-or-treat horror game. Like, oh boy. It seems that your treatment worked. I finally said, grateful, still looking at the spot. But of course, I have experienced healing myself, answered the girl, closing her eyes and inflating her chest to show her pride. Actually appreciate what she did, but I still wonder if she had to lick it to cure me. I understand, but who are you? The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. Then she tilts her head and closes her eyes, making a thoughtful face. It seems I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name is Ashley. So that's her name. I expected something more extravagant. My name is Axel. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Before I knew it, I asked that question. I guess it was rather rude for me, completely lacking in manners. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in the cursed forest. Ashley suddenly becomes silent. At plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Oh, I better save, because this is a lot. There we go. Yes, but that was a long time ago. Then she closes her eyes, emptying her lungs. Okay. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry, it was not my intention to make you embarrassed. Or remember it! I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closed her eyes and nods a couple of times. It's okay. It's not like I can blame your curiosity seeing where we are. Then she looks at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me? Perhaps you're a sorcerer who's lived during these past centuries. Narrowing her eyes as if, did she say sorcerer or sorceress? Now I'm totally, who's talking? Is it her? Is it him? I don't know. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that. I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary, oh, she's asking him, okay. I omitted boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest, but as you can see, the stories are not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here. I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Ashley may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. There's a lot of eye looking here, and not a lot of going on, you know? Like, do something, go somewhere, fight somebody. It's because of those stupid myths that stupid humans come to this forest just like you. She then said, looking at me with rejection, Wait, what are you trying to say? We're to blame? Ashley suddenly looked at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come into my existence, it would be nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that is in oh, so this is a yearly thing for her. Okay, got it. she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. But you're the one who causes all of this. I don't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opens her eyes wide, surprised. Then she looks at me with annoyance. Do you not understand, stupid human? Definitely, I don't like this girl. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? Now I keep thinking of the cat that's like, huh? You attack me and attack my friends only to protect us? Yes, she simply replied at the same time she nods. She simply replied at the same time she nods, filled with the pride and... I cannot understand this. She's prideful. She's confident. Let's go. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I can't believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. After everything she did to me and my friends, I cannot stand her any longer. Wait. I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stopped in my tracks as soon as I hear her. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubt. Suddenly I shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I try to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers. And as a last resort, I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Ashley confessed, blushing a little. Oh, gotta put the blush emoji on. Blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed of it remembering. And why do you do that? I ask, confused. Something isn't right here. Ashley stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they'll meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What you say doesn't sound very convincing. I immediately interrupted. The only evil entity here is you. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You're wrong. I'm the good one. Then she said, looking into my eyes with a pure and oh my god, this is so annoying. Ah ha 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 ha. After doing all that you say, you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you. Do you expect me to believe that? What she said made no sense, but somehow she seems oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. But it's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Ashley then stays silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. She's a cat! Looking at you with puppy eyes! Okay. Right, sure. However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want, hold my hand. I won't harm you. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. You won't do anything strange? I asked, distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do. This has to be written by a 17-year-old weeaboo. Like, it has to be. It's like, oh, well, you know, like, ugh, I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? I ask at the same time I extend my hand. I know, like, hand holding already? What is this, like an R-rated movie? Ashley opens her eyes, surprised after hearing my question. Then she stares at me with annoyance. I'm just waiting for the fedora tip. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest. Okay, no, see, that makes logical sense. Thank you, Ashley. I then find myself being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes. I said, looking back for a second. So that's a different... I thought that was her voice. Okay, whatever. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Think of it as a siren. Ashley explains in a bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seems she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Wouldn't you be the one who collects souls of fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. Good lord, this has given me an asthma attack. It's not like I like you or anything, baka. If only I were more popular. My man, you're hanging out in a forest with a cat girl. You're pretty popular right now. Ashley stops suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. You idiot, I already said I'm the good one. For a moment I thought she was going to hit me on the head, but fortunately she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. They really are into the biting thing. It's a little weird. Okay, I meekly responded as if I were being scolded like a child. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion of your life. You idiot, I don't eat humans. 3:11 a.m. Several minutes had passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blush. Boop. Just thinking about it, as if that... I didn't even read that, whatever. Then I sigh. Come on, Axel, composure, composure. With every step, the curse of the forest... So he's gonna leave his boys for a random cat girl and just abandon the forest. This is typical teenage boy behavior. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute until, finally, I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. But before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sights on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on the simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot! Do you really think that all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if stereotypes were truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. Not gonna lie, if the homie left us for a cat girl, we'd understand, but also, it should have been me, not him! It's not fair! You're going to jail. You know that, right? Because guess what? I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. Oh, so she's an old woman. She's a few 400, 500, how many years? I don't know. She's around a few centuries. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust she is good. But there is still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. Hello? She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable. Almost. Oh no, Chris Hansen! Hit the deck! Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance. Oh, she died? This is sad. So I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body. We have, like... a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those needs. And in return, she lets me stay in her body. Oh, so she's sharing it. That's interesting. As she talks, she's blushing shyly. Why is this making her blush, though? That's the weird part. You don't know who Chris Hansen is? You don't know who the legend Chris Hansen is? Oh my god. Whew. Alright. All I can say is that when you get the time, go to YouTube and type in Chris Hansen compilation. Very interesting. I see. I think it's a fair deal. I reply with a sincere smile. The truth is that I found it a little funny. It turns out that she is both a girl and a cat. A cat girl, if you will. That answers some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. Oh, you're not American. Okay, you are forgiven. The fact that you're not American, like, this is something that all Americans kind of, from my generation, grew up watching. It's a very interesting show. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants to, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. "3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we walked. She isn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here, your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else gets lost, I guess," Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Ooh woo. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. "Can you make me a promise?" she suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. "What is it?" I asked, full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. "In this legend," she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. "I want you to help me to keep people away. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger." "A human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves or ferocious animals?" On second thought, there is logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Why is she blushing? None of this is like blush-worthy. "Yes, exactly," she said, pleased. "Okay, I'll do it." Like, this kid must be like super cute for her, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I responded like a mini Matt Damon. That's what we're gonna go with. We look like mini Matt Damon. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. "Thank you." Then she closes her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. "You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone who when they're right in front of you," I complained angrily. This girl, simply will never change. After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. "I'm sorry. It's the first time I've ever seen her so happy. That made me blush." Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervously beating as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly, she stares at me and gets so close. Are you kidding me? Are we making out and we just met? Hugh Jackman. "Hey, rocker, you got good taste." That was like 2nd grade or something. I doubt I would have. Oh, okay, so you're a little baby. Okay, that yeah, you're forgiven. You're a little baby. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. But this time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is farewell. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Aw, that's cute. Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. I'm outside of the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I am bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name. But it's not any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends who are looking for me. "Hey, over here!" I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently run towards me. "Where were you? The worry was killing us." Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we are all safe. "Yes, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we're forgetting something?" Alfred murmured at the same time he lowered his sight pensively. Suddenly, a blurry image appeared in my mind. It was a white, bright something, but I couldn't remember more. However, that weak memory awakens a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a gone too far for a courage test, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in the forest. They both agree with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there as it happened to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive with that beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips move. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside me inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. He just made out with her, and now he's calling her a beast. Also typical male behavior. All I can remember is that it has red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait, to whom had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end I can't remember a thing. No matter. All I know is that I got out and I'll never come back here again. No! What about your waifu? That was such a cute, weird little story. Aww. I liked that a lot, actually. Websites, credits. Oh, there are multiple endings? Really? Okay. Oh, so I guess if I go back, you can kill the cat? Yeah, it kind of sounds like Beauty and the Beast. Kill the beast! I don't know, should I go back and try to kill the cat? That's like a lot of skipping you'd have to do, though. I wonder if I can skip. I'm just gonna, like, really skip. Oh no! Can I not skip this? No one talks like this anywhere in the world, ever. Like, teenagers in Elizabethan times did not talk like this, even. That's why I had such a hard time reading it. Like, it just... Maybe the person that wrote it isn't an English speaker either. So they did their best. And it's actually really good if it's translated. Probably, but I'm not very smart, so I don't know how this works. Okay, we're just gonna skippity skip, 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 skip. Aha. Let's try ignore the cat. It's best to continue without her. So maybe we'll get lured by that other person that was in the forest. Once more I find myself in the forest, walking aimlessly, only moving forward, but it didn't seem I was getting somewhere. Come here. Here you'll be safe. Aha, this is the siren voice. I suddenly stop. It was probably easy to see the disbelief on my face at that moment. It's that voice again. I whispered to myself with no one listening to me. Shortly after I got away from the cat, a mysterious voice appeared in my mind. It's a feminine voice, soft and gentle, as if it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale. But I can't trust it. Am I really going crazy, or is the forest that doesn't make any sense? I don't know, but I don't like any of the two options. Don't be afraid, come with me, I'll help you. Every time the voice is heard more clearly, stronger, and more often, she seems to be leading me somewhere. It does not inspire me with confidence, but between the voice and staying here in this putrid forest that seems to have no end, I choose to follow it. Good Lord, I can't breathe from reading all this. Shortly after, I arrived to a clearing in the forest. At last, I can see the night sky. The full moon shines elegantly, surrounded by a blanket of darkness and stars. A beautiful image, but there is something strange in it. How weird. Wasn't there a half moon tonight? I said to myself as I look at the moon and try to remember a vague memory in my mind. Anyway, it's not important. The moon will not come to save me. Yeah, I can't trust it. Let's go! I lower my sight. It was then that I noticed there was a cabin in the clearing. Ooh, I like where this one's going. It was hidden under the shade of the trees nearby, so I didn't see it before, I think. I get a feeling we're not making it out of the club with this one. We're gonna die in this one. He's about to get ate. Exactly. Boy's about to become a McRib. The cabin looks old and worn down, even depressing, but if I'm lucky, there may be someone there. Open the door, I'm waiting for you, my knight. Oh, I feel like this should be read in, like, Lisa's voice. Open the door, I'm waiting for you, my knight. Suddenly, I hear the voice again. It was in this cabin, no doubt. Somehow her voice sounds different this time. It has an inexplicable kindness, even love. I feel as if I were a man returning home to see his wife. You're 17, you little weirdo! After thinking about it for a moment, I can't help but laugh at myself. How silly, I must be really losing my mind. I said it as a joke, hiding my anxiety with humor. In any case, there's nothing else for me than to open the door. However, I can't stop thinking that I'm forgetting something. My hand then slowly opens the door of the cabin. What awaits me is something that leaves me perplexed. The bodies of the 5 missing people were hanging as if they were puppets, oh God, with empty eyes, but all of them are facing me, and between them is a woman with a big smile. I opened my eyes wide with amazement, and my lips got dry. Finally, I remember what I was forgetting, when it was too late. Thank you for saving me, by giving me your life, she said the voice with an indescribable love, but announcing my horrible destiny. It's true, Matthew disappeared in the clearing without any trace. I have no breath to speak. I just know that we can add someone more to the list. That's... Look at the fin. It changed. It changed! Wow. Okay. There's nothing else than to open the door. Could turn around and not open the door. Yeah, and maybe live a little bit longer to find some girl that you can go smoochies with. Okay, there's got to be a different one. Let's do it again. There can't be that many endings, though. Okay. Escape from the cat. It's best for me to escape from this cursed cat. I made a mistake by bringing her with me. That cat only brings problems. I don't feel very sure about that voice, but perhaps it can guide me to the... Oh no! It sounds kind, and I certainly don't want to... What he's like trying to say is, it sounds hot, and I really don't want to stay with this animal. With that in mind, I try to move forward, but the cat blocks my path. No matter how hard I try, she moves faster than me, showing me her claws and fangs ferociously, as if preparing to attack me. My instincts tell me that it would be better to not go on any further. I don't know what she can do, but that cat is dangerous. No, she's trying to save your life, you douche. Suddenly, the cat begins to meow thunderously, almost making me deaf. My heart skips a beat with each of them, as if I were hearing a wild beast roar ferociously. My breathing becomes agitated. Those meows are wrecking my nerves. What does DTF mean? I'm scared to ask, but, Oh! Never mind, I think I got it. Down to frighten. Yes, down to... Absolutely, she's down to frighten everybody that comes into that cabin. I have no other way out. I don't care about the voice anymore. All I want is to lose that cat from sight. Oh my god, you're making a mistake. So not wasting a second more, I start to run in the opposite direction, begging that she not follow me. I run through the forest, not looking back, forgetting about everything except my desire to get away from her. I have no idea where I'm going or how long it's been since I started to run, but I don't care. My lungs burn and my heart beats anxiously, begging me for a rest, but I cannot give myself that luxury. Stronger than the pleas of rest from my body are the pleas from my soul, crying, terrified, asking me to continue running until I can't anymore. Sometimes I hear the strange voice again, sounding in my head. But whenever it happens, the echo of the cat's meows are heard throughout the forest, freezing my blood again and reminding me that I cannot stop. I feel sorry for the voice, but I can't answer your call. I'm so desperate that more than 3 times I've fallen flat to the ground. and many more times hurt within the branches of the trees. But that pain doesn't stop me. Run! Run! I'll keep running until my legs can't go one single step further. 2:57 a.m. I don't know for how long I've been running, but for some minutes I haven't heard any of them, neither the voice nor the meows, much to my relief. Finally I stop, resting my hands on my knees and feeling on the verge of fainting. I breathe using my mouth, trying to fill my lungs with as much as air. This is how asthmatics live their lives. We just have to mouth breathe. This is kind of why I sound like Hannah Montana sometimes. Well, my legs hurt as if they had been hammered mercilessly. But this pain does not bother me because I finally feel safe. Suddenly I look up, only to find something that fills me with joy. I see the exit of the forest. I did it! I escaped this demonic forest. I didn't become another victim of the disappearances. Just thinking about it almost brings tears to my eyes. Axel! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it isn't any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends. Over here! I shout without hesitation, with a bit of difficulty because of the shortness of my breath. He's just like me, for real, for real. Soon they found me and impatiently ran towards me. Where were you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face I don't remember seeing before, but answering, I took a deep breath. Inside the forest, I couldn't find the exit. That's strange. After that hit us, we both woke up out of the woods. We thought that you'd be close, but we couldn't find you anywhere. Also, looking with a great relief on his face, and you didn't try to find me in the forest? I said, feeling a little annoyed because they didn't go to save me as great friends. Instantly, both Stephen and Alfred shake their heads in denial. I didn't want to go back in. Wow! Wow, thanks guys, besties. Alfred said, almost eating nails from imagining it. Me neither after seeing that demonic cat, no. Also, we had hopes that you would be outside just as we were. I sigh after hearing them, but I soon forget my annoyance. Well, I really can't blame you. The most important thing is that we're all safe now. Yes, but that was somewhat terrifying, confessed Stephen with a pale face. After the roar, I didn't know what was going to become of us. I was about to tell them all about what I had gone through, but just before saying a word, I changed my mind. They didn't need to know. The important thing is that we escaped and nobody got hurt. Well, I think we'd had enough of this test of courage. We'd better get going back home. Without hesitation, both of them respond with a nod. After that, everyone started to walk back home without looking back. Despite everything, I have to say that our main goal was fulfilled. We had a memorable night. The legend is true, now I know it. That's it? The broski ending? That's lame. I mean, there can't be that many, right? How many are there? How do I check the endings? What the heck? What is this? Oh, aha! There's where we find our load games. So we got 3 endings, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more? How? How are there 4 more? Oh my god. This was kind of like the Blair Witch Project. Should I continue, or should I just try something else? What do you think? I don't know if I can get to the other endings. I just don't see how you can even get that many endings out of this. Like, how the heck? Okay, we're going with the cat. We're just gonna go with the kitty cat. And then we're going to confront the cat. We'll probably get the same ending if we do this, but... Kill her. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, that's what I have to do. It's only logical. The magic should die along with the cat. That should be my ticket back. I mustn't doubt. Just act fast so it hurts as least as possible. Everything ends tonight. Finally, people from this town will be able to live in peace without fearing that this cursed cat would make anyone else disappear. Killing a living creature is easy. The only thing I have to do is grab her neck and twist. Oh my god! I don't know. I probably have to stop in a little bit because I need a bathroom break. But I probably have to quit and go eat, and I might come back later. I'm trying to get used to streaming because I really want to do it like my friend Teddy does it, but I don't know if I'm very good at it yet. And when there's no one in chat, I get really nervous because I don't know if I'm supposed to talk to myself, which is weird for me, or if it's okay to be quiet until somebody shows up and says hi. It's weird. I don't know. Alright, the only thing I have left to do is grab her neck and twist it. You twist it with all your strength until you hear a snap, as if it were a branch. After that, she will not move anymore. Wow, this kid is devious. You don't have to think, just act. In silence, I observe how my hands move to her neck to carry out my plan. I don't even want to imagine what my expression looks like at this moment. It must be terrifying. My concentration must be eerie for anyone who could see me, even repugnant. The cat does not resist. Oh no, she's giving up. No, Ashley, no! Fearful, she does nothing more than tremble. Ignorant of what would happen to her, but knowing that I have no good intentions, I am ready to apply force. But suddenly she scratches my— Good for you, Ashley. Go get him. Scratches my face with a quick and precise attack. Ah, god damn it! Immediately, I let go of her while crying in agony, covering my face with both hands. I deserved that. Despite the pain, part of me cannot stop thinking I deserved that for trying to kill another living being. Well, yeah. Evil or not, she only tried to defend her life. When the pain recedes, I look down only to find that the cat is on the ground, showing me her fangs and with an aggressive posture just like before I caught her. What followed was something that I would have never even imagined. Oh, she's gonna get him now. Suddenly, the cat starts emitting a bright light. It's even more intense than my flashlight. Little by little, the cat changes her shape. The figure that now appears in front of me, the silhouette, is one that I can easily recognize. Nosferatu. She was becoming human. Oh, so I should talk to myself. Yeah, see, like, I just kind of sit quietly until someone shows up. I guess, I don't know, I kind of want to make it like a every Wednesday, every Sunday kind of thing. But I don't know, we always have stuff going on, so it's probably going to just be really random. Like, sometimes I get insomnia, sometimes I stay up really late, sometimes I go to bed early. I don't know. Alright, the impression leaves me speechless. I shake my head in denial, unable to accept what I am seeing as real, but it was no illusion. Now what is in front of my eyes is not a cat, but a girl of extraordinary beauty. Oh, now you care. She stares at me with her cold red eyes. Unlike before, there is no hatred in them. She seems rather sad, as if she felt guilty of something just by looking at my face. Suddenly she speaks to me. Sorry, you wanted to take my life, but I'll take yours instead. This is the best choice I can make tonight, she said ruefully. I hear no hatred in this voice. My life? Are you going to kill me? I asked, still a little confused by the shock. It has to be a joke. A cat is going to kill me? I must be dreaming. There's no other explanation for it. Suddenly, my hands, my feet, my fingers, my heart, they all feel an intense cold. In just an instant, all the warmth of my body was stolen. Shortly after, I fall down on the ground, weak, as if it were a puppet with its strings cut. My vision quickly begins to cloud, becoming dark. My death is real. The last thing I see before disappearing is the red in the eyes of the girl, shining with a feeling of repentance. Wow! Right. Ultimate reverse Uno. She said, yeet! That was okay. I think we've got like 4 more. I cannot understand how I want to see what the siren looks like. I'm not sure how to get the last 3. So if you ignore the cat, you die immediately. Got it. So this is just the good ending. I don't get how you can get the other 3. Then should I trust her? Doubt. Despite what she says and how cute she is, oh no, she's hot! I cannot trust in her words. This cat is the reason why I'm here, so I decide to ignore it and continue my journey. Also, I cannot know if the girl's voice is truly evil as she says. It could be the other way. Without saying more, I start to walk in the opposite direction, passing beside her without even looking at her. That was very rude of me, but I must not forget. You worried about being rude, but you were thinking about killing her earlier, so... Wait, where are you going? Ashley said with a face of disbelief. I don't blame her. Don't go that way, it's dangerous. Stop! I said stop! Ashley begins to cry at me to stop, but my decision is already made. I don't even look back. Soon I can't hear her anymore. I know that she is still close, but it seems she's given up on me. For a moment, the doubt of why she did not use her magic enters my mind, but I guess I wouldn't understand no matter how much I thought about it. With each minute that passes, the air becomes more heavy and nauseating. I cover my nose and mouth with one hand. If I could, I would stop breathing this rotten air. But that doesn't stop me from moving forward. After all, this must be one of the dirty tricks used by Ashley to scare away others. After all of this, she calls herself good. I can't believe it. Now all my hope lies with that voice. She must be the one who can save me. Here, you're going well. Whatever the hell that means. 3:11 a.m. I don't know if it's been hours or only minutes since I became separated from Ashley. I had lost the notion of time when suddenly I came to a clearing in the forest. At last I can see the night sky. The full moon shines elegantly, surrounded by a blanket of darkness and stars. A beautiful image, but there is something strange in it. How weird. Wasn't there a half moon tonight? I said to myself as I look at the moon and try to remember a vague memory in my mind. Anyway, it's not important. The moon will not come to save me. I lower my sight. It was then that I noticed there was a cabin in the clearing. It was hidden under the shade of the trees nearby, so I didn't see it before, I think. The cabin looks old and worn down, even depressing, but if I'm lucky, there may be someone there. Not wasting one more second, I decided to enter the cabin. I opened the old door slowly, observing that no one was waiting for me on the other side. Apparently it's empty. How weird. I murmured to myself, confused. Definitely the voice came from this place, I'm sure of it. I rubbed my forehead with anxiety and then sigh. It's still very early to get impatient. I should explore the cabin. I slowly walk around the place, taking each step carefully. It's old and neglected. There are cobwebs everywhere as if it hadn't been cleaned in years. The air inside is musty. Curiously, the cabin appears to have none of the modern commodities, a telephone, electricity, or water pipes. The impression I get is that it is even older than it appears, something that sounds impossible. I continue exploring until finally I find one of the rooms that I wanted. Lying peacefully in the bed there is a girl sleeping, with blonde hair and clothes as black as the feathers of a raven. With just one look, I can say that she is very beautiful. Brave knight, you have finally arrived. She suddenly said asleep. There is no mistake, she is the source of that voice. She is asleep but knows of my presence in some strange way. Yes, I'm here, I said, acting with fake courage, not knowing why. I guess I wanted to look strong for this girl, despite me being completely helpless. It is then that she opens her eyes slowly, even with laziness. They are very beautiful blue eyes. She looks at me closely for a couple of seconds, staring at my face with curiosity until, unexpectedly, a tear springs from her blue eyes, gently falling down her cheek. Thank you for coming. I was very scared. Suddenly, she pounced to me, giving me a tight hug full of affection, as if we had not seen each other in years. I was very afraid. Everything is terrifying here, she said while trembling with her face pressed against my chest. Oh, ooh. She looks really scared, but who wouldn't? After all that evil cat has done, I won't forgive her for frightening a girl as cute as her. Although it is partly thanks to that I could find her. In the end, there is good to see in the bad. Don't worry, miss, I'll help you get out of here, I said, trying to comfort her, with a false attitude of courage while placing my arms around her, returning the hug. She has an elegant and beautiful figure. Can we, see this person, please? I'm really curious. I want to see what she looks like. She has an elegant and beautiful figure and a soft body, pleasant to the touch. You're 17! I can't. I don't have any more strength, replied the girl, almost lamenting herself for that. She doesn't break the hug, and I couldn't be any more thankful for that. You little horn dog. I could carry you on my back so we can leave this forest, I offered as I caress her head. Her golden hair is silky and exquisite to the touch. To be honest, I could not resist stroking it. Then the girl finally pulls away from me. She stays at a distance of just one step, staring at my eyes with shyness. With her hands on her chest, her cheeks have a cute blush. I think you don't understand. I'm a spirit that lives in this forest, she explained with a gentle voice. Before I could materialize myself, some people came to visit me, and the joy they felt gave me energy. I spent many pleasant times with them. Then the girl looks down. She seems to recall something sad. Until one day when the evil cat began to scare everyone. You liar. Suddenly I began to feel weak, and well, now I'm like this because of her. She blinks after saying that. She looks fragile, as if she were going to cry at any moment. I look into her blue eyes, feeling pity for her. Damned cat, how can you do that to such a cute girl? Then how could I help you if you cannot materialize? I asked with curiosity. The girl suddenly deviates her gaze, avoiding my eyes. She blushes and shyly plays with her fingers for a moment before looking me in the face. She's about to eat this dude. I think that if you kiss me, I could regain some of my strength. I can't believe it. My heart almost stops when I hear it. Just a kiss would be enough? I asked, struggling to not sound like a pervert. This whole game, you have proven yourself as a grand pervert, sir. Entering this forest was the worst decision of my life, but going after the voice turned out to be the best. Yes, because your feelings will be transmitted to me, the girl said at the same time she closes her eyes and nods. The look on her eyes simply begs me to do it. I don't like this. Staring at me with an innocence that is simply adorable. After hearing her proposal, I start to think about my current situation. If she were an evil entity, perhaps she would ask me for more macabre things. As giving her blood to give her my soul or make a donation on As giving her blood to give her my soul or make a donation on PayPal. The third being clearly the worst. Oh, he knows his shit. But this poor soul just asked for a kiss. She has been alone all this time. You know she got stank breath. If I kiss her, she will have enough strength to escape. Halitosis. No doubt it seems an obvious choice to kiss such a cute girl to save her. But everything sounds too sweet all suddenly, right? I don't remember my luck being this good. Soon I remember what the cat said. Not wanting it, doubt appears in my mind. Should I kiss her? Oh, you're about to get eaten. Let's fucking go. Yes, I shouldn't doubt. I need an adult, but wait, I am an adult. Ah! A pure soul needs my help. Plus, winning the favor of a beautiful girl is always a good thing in my book. Okay, I'll kiss you so that we can escape. Is that good? I said, acting with bravery, as if a knight of some tale. Thank you. Definitely you're my knight in silver armor, she said with a radiant smile. Don't say it so openly. You're making me blush. I replied at the same time I scratched my head ashamed. My heart beats nervously just from imagining it. My lips will soon touch this adorable girl's lips. How lucky am I? The girl then lowers her sight with a shy face. Excuse me, but I always say what I think. She then returns her sights to my eyes, seeing me tenderly. Every time I'm more surprised of how adorable she is. Nothing like that annoying cat. I take a deep breath in preparation, showing resolve in my eyes. The girl nods and then closes her eyes, preparing her lips to receive mine. She is sweetly blushing. I can't believe my fortune. This would be... Can you, like, shut up and just go for it, my guy? I near my lips to hers. They are soft but strangely cold, as if we were kissing an ice flower. But I don't care. The feeling inside of me is warm. Her lips move so gently, inviting me to continue with our kiss, a sweet touch, romantic like nothing else. However, the sweetness soon dies, being replaced with the stabbing pain, as if someone had stabbed a sword made of ice into my back. Without even thinking, I break the kiss and pull away from her. What did you do? I asked, looking incredulously at the girl. What was going on? I feel so cold, as if someone had stolen all the heat from my body. I also feel heavy and weak. I can barely stay standing. But there was no response. Before she could talk, suddenly something attacks us with such power that it destroys part of the cabin, opening a large hole that connects to the outside. It's the kitty cat! I can't even begin to imagine what it was. It was like seeing a wrecking ball doing its job. I immediately looked for the culprit, finding it was not the girl in black, but someone else. Curses, too late, Ashley said, biting her lower lip in anguish. You really are an idiot. Do you know what you've done? She then said, looking at me with burning anger. This time she is not playing. She was really angry with me. What? Suddenly, said the girl in the black with a malicious smile. Is it that you can't stand knowing I am now stronger than you? She throws a smug look at Ashley. Or maybe you're just jealous that men prefer me over you. But of course, considering how annoying you are. Ashley bites her lips with anxiety. Curses, I didn't think I would have to use this, but if I do nothing, everything will be lost. After saying that, she sets her eyes on me. I'm sorry for what I'm going to do, but since you didn't listen to me, I have no other choice. Suddenly, Ashley approaches me, as fast as the blink of an eye. I try to move, but I don't have the strength to do it. I can only stay standing motionless, watching as she suddenly plants a kiss on my lips. Don't worry, you won't feel pain, Ashley said when our lips parted. I do not understand what it means, but soon something happens to me. I feel how the little energy left in me goes extinct. The color of my skin becomes pale. My breathing suddenly stops. I feel very tired, and I barely can see past my nose. With this, we are on equal terms. I hope this is enough energy, Ashley said while looking with resolve in her red eyes at the girl in black, who at all times maintains a proud smile. That was the last thing I saw before my eyelids closed. Being wrapped by an icy darkness. It's okay, I'm just falling asleep. Soon I'll wake up in my bed to have another boring and ordinary day. It's okay, Ooh. I'm so confused. I think she ate his soul. Okay, there's like a couple more endings, but I have got to pee so bad. I'll be right back. Can you hear me? I'll try for the last two endings, but after that I have got to go. I'm so hungry. I forgot to eat all day. Okay, pick up the cat. Confront the cat. Wait. Just keep her captured. Okay, good. Oh, I think this all goes back to the same ending. Damn it. Oh, here we go. Doubt. Don't do it. Despite how adorable this girl is, there's something about her explanation that doesn't sound right at all. Everything seems too convenient to be true. It is possible for luck to so suddenly have improved. It is impossible for luck to so suddenly have improved. While I think about it, she unexpectedly gets closer to me, and then looks at me with puppy eyes so adorable they could charm anyone. Aren't you going to do it? She asked with innocence. I don't know what to do in this situation. Wait, before we do that, we haven't even properly introduced ourselves, I said, clearly nervous. I can feel my heart beating anxiously as the girl stares at me. She blinks confused and then smiles sweetly. My name is Lillian. Wait, wasn't she supposed to be sexy? My name is Lillian. I don't know. She doesn't look angry in the least. This girl definitely has something special. My name is Axel, I said in a robotic voice, however it doesn't seem to bother her. I show her a nervous smile. I have to say something else to stop her, but nothing comes to my mind. Without any shyness, Lillian gets closer to me. She has no problem in taking the initiative. Her eyes suddenly become naughty. Something in them makes my blood warm. It's a pleasure, Axel. I very much appreciate your help. She brings her lips closer to mine and then places her arms around my neck to prevent my escape. That gesture alone freezes me in my place. I watch her slowly approach me closer and closer until I feel her soft lips against mine. At that moment, I felt as if I had been possessed. How do I forget to eat? It's not that I forget to eat, it's just that I'm like, I'll do it later. I'm gonna stream, and then a few hours go by and I'm like, I'll do it later. I'm gonna watch this whatever with my family. And then I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts like hell. I think I'm hungry and I forgot to eat. That's, you know. So it's not that I forget. I just push it off until I absolutely am starving. My desires take control of my body, forcing me to kiss her passionately, as if we were lovers seeing each other. He gave in. Oh, this dumb child. I close my eyes. I don't need to see. I only need to feel the warm love and taste of her lips. However, the sweetness soon dies, being replaced with a stabbing pain, as if someone had stabbed a sword made of ice into my back. Without even thinking, I break the kiss and pull away from her. What did you do? I asked, looking incredulously at the girl. What was going on? I feel so cold, as if someone had stolen half the heat from my body. I also feel heavy as stone, but there was no answer. Before she could talk, suddenly something attacks us. With such power that it destroys part of the cabin, opening a large hole that connects to the outside. Run! I can't even begin to imagine what that was. It was like seeing a wrecking ball doing it. Oh my god, doing its job. I came in like a wrecking ball. Okay, the blow was strong enough to push me away from Lillian. She seems equally as surprised as me. I immediately get up and look for the culprit. The answer surprised me. You really are an idiot. What are you doing? Ashley said, furious. Suddenly she takes my hand with superhuman strength. Get your mans, Ashley. It was vastly superior to what her thin appearance would suggest. She dragged me away from the cabin Damn it, I can't read today. She dragged me away from the cabin as if kidnapping me. I couldn't do anything to stop her. 3:23 a.m. In just a few minutes, we got very far away from the cabin. How quickly Ashley can run impresses me. She is definitely not human. She finally lets me free. My hand was red and hurt from how strong her grip was. But fortunately, I feel better from the kiss. My body had recovered its heat and energy. Why the heck did you do that? I asked immediately with anger. Who does this cat think she is to do something like this? I should be the one asking. You whore! You absolute man whore! Ashley replied, looking up in my eyes with contempt. Because of you, she's already recovered most of her powers. She then explained, ending with a face of rejection, diverting her looks from my eyes. She was overreacting, maybe. What are you talking about? She only wants to be free from you, I said with annoyance. I simply couldn't believe her. Neither of the two girls in this forest seemed trustworthy. This is misfortune considering... this is misfortunate considering how beautiful they both are. You really are an idiot, Ashley said, looking at me with her red eyes full of contempt. Yes, she wants to be free, to fulfill revenge. Can't you understand that? The only one that I don't understand here is you. My patience has ended long ago. I'm not in the mood for scolding. But he always is, though. He always is. Stupid human, to be so easily seduced by her. All men are equal. None can think with the right... She's a very smart little witch person. Ashley folds her arms and explains with annoyance while looking at me as if I were a spoiled child. Because of your reckless actions, we are in serious trouble. Ashley sighs, frustrated. If you only had believed me, this wouldn't be happening. But what are you talking about? She must be freed since she's suffering. I said without hesitation, I cannot forget the sweet words of that girl, Lillian. Suddenly, Ashley gives me a piercing look, sharp as a knife. Why do you believe her story? She's deceiving you, idiot. That's what she wants you to believe. And how do you know that? I asked, being suspicious. I do not like this girl. She really is too bossy and nagging. Oh my god, does she have to say you idiot after everything? You idiot! I didn't notice. Didn't you notice that oh my god, I fucked that all up. You idiot, didn't you notice she was absorbing your vital energy? Ashley said, tearing down in a second. Wait, I'm so confused. Tearing down in a second. All of my doubt. There are commas, but they're always in the wrong spot. Like, for realsies. With a look of anger in her red eyes. Yes, that's what she was doing, absorbing you just like she did in the past with those 5 unfortunate men, she explained while staring at me. The latest victim was 20 years ago. Since that day, I promised that nobody else would get close to her. Wait, can I shake my head no? Oh, I can! Nice. Hearing that called my attention immediately. And why did you do that? Ashley looked distraught after speaking of the death of that man. I wonder if she felt guilty for that. If she gets her hands on one more victim, she will fully recover her powers, and once she achieves that, she will begin her revenge for what your ancestors did to her. Worst of all is that with the energy you have given her, she is now able to leave this forest and search for a last victim. Is that the truth? I didn't like the sound of it. If it's true, we could be in a big trouble, not only me, but everyone. Ashley bites her lips in anxiety. Yes, what's worse is I have no energy to deal with her. Uh-oh, we gotta go smoochies. We gotta do the smoochies. After saying that, she looks at me in anger. Since a certain group of idiots decided to come here for God knows what. I can't respond to that. I only feel guilty. I could get rid of your friends, but for some reason I couldn't with you. You have a stronger magic... Did she kill them in this version? You have a stronger magical power than normal. Ashley explains, ending with a sigh of frustration. What did you do with my friends? I asked firmly without even hesitating. Thinking that they could be wounded gave me force, but perhaps I was just overreacting. Don't worry, they're safe. I only made them leave from the forest. Oh, okay, good. She's not a killer. He is, but she's not. Cool. Ashley replied, folding her arms, then she sighs. But creating the illusions and getting them out left me very weakened. Is that why you were lying on the ground when I found you? I said, recalling that moment. She was wounded and unconscious. I couldn't help but feel sorry for her at that time. Yes, but it also didn't help that I had to fight with an innocent princess you saw before. She looks back at me unpleased, but this time just for a moment. After saying that, we both remained quiet, allowing silence to surround us. It's been a while since I last heard the voice calling me. I think that I ceased being useful to Lillian, as Ashley said. Suddenly, Ashley snaps her fingers. Wait, there's still a chance, she said, full of energy. There's a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Then she sets her sights on me. Hear me well. This is the only way to defeat her. Ashley speaks with her usual arrogance, but I notice a slight blush in her cheeks. What is it? I asked, curious to hear her idea. Do you remember what she asked you to do to help her regain power? Ashley asked, blushing more. She then coughs a few times to clear her throat. Yes, she told me to kiss her. I replied without even thinking about it, but shortly after I realized what I'm saying. Wait, you want me to kiss you too? Of course. I ask in uncertainty. I don't know if I should feel lucky or used, to be honest. You idiot! It's not that I want a kiss from you! Ashley roared, then she diverts her sights from my eyes, making a snort of rejection. It's just that it's the only way to achieve this. Besides, what she did was not kissing you, it was stealing your life energy. Ha! What she did was stealing my life energy with a kiss. How ironic, I said sarcastically. The memory was still fresh on my lips. If not for the small detail of the theft of vital energy, it would have been a great kiss. Dude does not care about death. He's like, I long for death, just make out with me first. Ashley at the time seems to shiver. Then she looks at me furious. It seems that your brain does not understand the complexity of the issue. I do not plan to steal your life energy. My intention is to get energy from your feelings of love. After saying that, she looks way embarrassed. Did I hear right? Something here sounds completely wrong. Wait, what are you trying to say? Ashley coughs twice to clear. She falls in love fast. If your feelings for me are full of love, I can regain my energy, she said. See, if she turns into a cat, I'd be like, come here, kitty, mwah. No hesitation, she said, unable to look me in the eyes. Her face is red as an apple. This has to be a joke, but that's impossible. How can I feel love for someone? See, now he's talking like a good, decent, normal human being with logic. I wouldn't say this to anyone. Please help me, insignificant human, she said with forced arrogance. At the same time, she looks at me, saying with her eyes that I should be thankful. The way in which she asks is not very correct, honestly, but she did her best effort to do so. That can be seen in plain sight. However, should I trust her word? She has been causing me many problems tonight. I was even chased, attacked, and kidnapped by her. Then should I? Believe and help her. I can't ignore her petition. I know that she has not been the kindest girl, but somehow I think she's telling the truth. Okay, I'm going to help you. But tell me, what should I do? I asked at the same time I look at her red eyes with determination. Ashley nods a couple of times. She seems pleased with my answer. Yes, Stockholm Syndrome. He loves being yelled at. It's simple. Just share your feelings of love towards me. She now responds with more confidence. I can't help but sigh after hearing it. Something here is wrong. I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. Well, we just met each other. I do feel some empathy for you, but it wouldn't be right to call it love. I explain with frustration in my face. She asked too much from me. Ashley then places a hand against her lips, making a pensive gesture. I see. It's a feeling that I cannot achieve in a single day. Of course not, silly cat. Have you ever been in love? Well, there is one alternative, but I don't want to use it because it would do you harm. I blink confused after hearing her. What's the alternative? I ask while staring at her face. To suck your vitality as Lillian did. Ashley, I wish these characters were like a little bit older. This is so uncomfortable. Ashley explains with a very serious look. She then diverts her gaze, feeling disgust at the simple idea. But I'm not going to do it. If I remove the vital energy you have left, you will die. So is she a vampire cat, maybe? Or a witch? I'm so confused. Certainly, I do not want that. Then, if you don't have enough energy to fight, what will you do? This is not looking good. If you don't have those feelings for me, there's not much that I can do. Anyway, I'll go and face her, even if I have to give my life in the fight. She says it with so much simplicity that it seems she doesn't care for her own life. Wait, is there really nothing I could do to help you? I could not let her just go like that. At least I had to do something, however small that may be. How could you help me? The look Ashley gave me. The game called me an idiot without saying a word. While we're on the same team, I think some things simply will never change. I stay silent for a moment, looking down while I think on a solution. Ashley stares at me impatient. I don't feel love towards you, but once I felt it for someone else. I could try to remember those feelings so that you can use them as energy. Ashley thinks deeply for a moment. I guess it's worth a try, she said, not sounding very convinced, but it was certainly better than nothing. After that, the two of us stared at each other's eyes for a couple of seconds without saying a word. Then we suddenly diverted our looks at the same time, embarrassed. We were acting like kids. Well, I mean, you are little kids. Are you ready? Ashley asked, almost lovingly. It's easy to notice that she was taking this seriously. I nod. Yes, whenever you want, we can start. I replied just before closing my eyes and trying with all my heart to revive that image. Suddenly, Ashley holds my hands. Even with my eyes closed, I can feel her presence near. That makes me somewhat nervous, but I have to relax. I exhale, letting my concerns go out with my breath. Her hands softly caress mine to help me relax. Then I start to remember something that happened many years in the past. When I was young, every summer I went to my grandparents' house to visit them. I didn't like it because they had nothing fun there, only an old TV and dusty books that I had no interest in reading. However, whenever I went there I could see her, a girl with brown long hair, who always had a cute dress. When I saw her for the first time, I could feel a strange fascination for her. God, I can't talk. Her fragile and inexplicable beauty. I watched her at a distance without knowing what this feeling was. I only knew that something in her called me. It was more than just beautiful. Her beauty was something with many layers, with many facets. Her gestures, her expressions, her way of playing, they were all beautiful. Finally, one day I had the courage to ask her to play together. Without even thinking about it, she told me yes. All that afternoon we spent, if this guy is a reincarnation from like 1707, this is very possible. All that afternoon we spent playing until it inevitably began to get dark. She was a simple girl, enjoying playing as anyone else, but still I could not remove my eyes from her. When the day ended, she said goodbye to me with a radiant smile. I had forgotten it, how beautiful it was, how astonished I was after seeing it. After that day, I never got to see her again. Last thing I knew, her family moved to another country. I do not know if that was a predestined love or just my inexperienced feelings confused with something new, but without a doubt it was beautiful. I do not want to forget it again, never again. Then, unexpectedly, I feel Ashley giving me a shy kiss on the lips. It was ephemeral, only lasted enough to feel it, to know that it was real, but at the same time, that shyness gave it a special beauty. It was a sweet kiss. There are no words to describe it. I opened my eyes, finding Ashley one step away from me, completely blushing and looking away from me. She is silent, but doesn't look angry in the least. Her red eyes are gentle, although embarrassed. Are you all right? My heart is calm quickly after the kiss. I don't know it, but somehow I feel I don't show it, but somehow I feel liberated, lighter. Ashley turned her head to look me in the eyes. Yes, thank you, she said with shyness. However, she then breathes deep and magically recovers her proud attitude. I believe that this will be enough to stop her. The plan was a success. I'm really pleased. That's fantastic to hear. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she is not scolding, I must confess that she is very cute. Anyway, we can't wait any longer. Every second we talk, Lilia must be using it to plan her revenge. We have to go now and stop her. Ashley explains, acting with complete seriousness. Our little break had ended. Yes, let's go, was my short response, overflowing with determination. There is no more to say. This dude's always got something to say, though. Like, too much to say. 3:40 a.m. The way back to the cabin fell short this time. Before I knew it, it was in front of my eyes. Lillian is outside next to the door. She was waiting for us. "Brave knight, I see you finally came," she said with a confident smile. Her attitude is very different from the first time I saw her. Just from looking at her, I'm sure of it. She's not any innocent soul. "It's a shame to see you with that woman. I had hopes for you. Axel won't be fooled by you again," Ashley replied, talking in my place. At that moment, I see Lillian make a grimace of disgust, but soon she recovers her look of confidence. I wanted Axel to be my companion since he kindly came to rescue me. But oh well, it's not important. I already got enough energy from him. With that alone, I have surpassed you. "Finally, I'll be able to get rid of you, Ashley," said Lillian, pronouncing her name with a mocking tone while giving a malicious smile. Her victory was in the palm of her hand. Ashley instantly roared, furious. "We won't know until you try it." After saying that, she crosses her arms with pride. "Once I beat you, nothing shall stop me from completing my revenge." "Why do you want to do that? It's been far too long. The people who hurt you are already gone, and not even the memory of the crime committed here exists anymore. It's just a village of innocent people." "You're right, but someone has to suffer." "Ooh, I like her," responded Lillian without hesitation, not doubting a single moment, leaving me completely cold. After seeing my reaction to her answer, she directed an evil smile right at me as if her words meant nothing. That makes me angry. "And what do you win by doing that?" I yell at the same time as I close my eyes and hands and fists and whatever the frick that says. I'm not reading it. I simply couldn't accept it. It was just too much. "I just want them to suffer like I did. If I don't make them suffer, then who will? Who will be the carrier of this hate that every day eats at me from inside like parasites which sicken me and deform me?" Lillian pauses. "It's unfair that I continue to suffer while they are innocent." Lillian then speaks out at the same time she hits her chest, showing how much that she meant. Jesus, this writing. "This is more than pain. It's the proof of my existence." She pauses and exhales, calming herself. "Anyway, enough with speeches. I will end you and then bring my revenge to the townspeople." Then, without saying anything more, the battle between the two began. It was something that my mind could not comprehend. A show of power and magic that deformed reality itself. They never show it, though. I want to see it. Ashley repeatedly attacks by firing a strange translucent power as if hot air. Just from seeing it, I know that it has enough strength to knock down a house. But Lillian doesn't even blink. She calmly moves a hand, creating a barrier that reflects her attacks each time. Interestingly, it was Ashley who was the most active. She attacked incessantly from many different angles, while Lillian stays still, reflecting her attacks and fighting back, always with a smile on her face. What the you know what I mean. After seeing that those attacks will not have effect, Ashley changes strategy. She transforms herself into an imaginary white beast and charges against Lillian. However, Lillian transforms her body, just like her, into an unknown dark being and resists her attack. Ashley regains human form, making a grimace of disgust. Both had wounds after this confrontation. But then, before my eyes, I see how they place their hands on their wounds and heal them magically. Apparently, the two have the same powers. The only thing different was their personalities. There are simply no words to describe it. At least my mind was not able to find them. I only know that during the fight, neither of the two seemed to have an advantage over the other. Everything indicated it was an even match. On several occasions, I beheld bright and colorful lights, superhuman abilities, multiplication of bodies, teleportation, healing, transformation, and many other powers that seemed to come out of a fairy tale. And yet we don't get to see any of it. The combat seems to last forever. Every second, every attack and defense were loaded with so much tension and emotion that time had simply disappeared from me. The only thing that captured my attention was seeing the two girls fighting in such a fantastic way. Finally, after an unknown time, both fall. On the ground, bloody, they look into each other's eyes. The blue eyes beheld the red ones and vice versa. Both then smile. Ashley proudly, Lillian with irony. It seems that the two were anticipating that end. You did very well, I didn't expect it. Lillian said with honesty. You doubted me, stupid girl. Ashley replied with arrogance, even though her lips were stained with blood. Lillian then shows us a smile full of malice. You have always been like that. Even a mutual death you consider a victory. You are really an idiot. You should be more selfish. It's strange, but she does not sound angry in the least. You may be bright, but... I'm so confused. You may be right. All I wanted was to stop you. There was not a hint of regret in her words. Okay, I accept my defeat. But at least in these last moments of my life, I want to be in peace with you. Is that okay? Lillian responds with a friendly smile. To be honest, I was going to say the same thing. Ashley ends with an ironic smile. I silently watch them both as they talk, feeling a strange fascination mixed with an unmistakable feeling of sadness. I just met them this evening, but somehow it pains me to see them as that. Somehow I formed a bond with them. It was then that I see them slowly start to disappear. Suddenly the two turn to set their eyes on me, giving me one last smile. Goodbye, noble knight. I confess I enjoyed kissing you. It wasn't an act at all, Lillian said, looking at me with a tenderness that breaks my heart. Thank you. Ashley, I can't help but feel nostalgia at the moment. I knew that this was going to be our last goodbye. Even if I didn't want to admit it, that was her fate. It's all right for me to end it like this. Don't worry, everything will be fine now. Finally, my reason for existing has been fulfilled. I have no regrets. Then this is our goodbye. Yes. Suddenly, she recovers her proud attitude. However, this time it was different. She was happy, really happy. It was a pleasure to meet you, stupid human, Ashley said with the arrogance of always, but now, instead of anger, it made me feel like I was about to cry. Aww. It was fun to meet you, said the two surprisingly in unison. Those were their last words. Sorry we almost killed you and ate you and stuff. Bye! They then disappear, dispersed in the form of particles of light. As if small fireflies were escaping from their bodies with a beautiful but depressing green color. Without thinking, I run towards them. Even if I couldn't do anything, I wanted to touch them one last time. But the only thing my hands were able to reach are the particles of light that slip out between my fingers as if they were water. Then I see the light rise higher and higher until it disappears in the night sky. I did it. I'm a hero. I'm the one who finally broke the curse. Now no one will be trapped by it. But then, why do I have this face that looks as if it wants to cry but has no tears? Why do I feel so terribly sad? Life is more than just victories or defeats. That night I learned it in the best way. 4 a.m. I finally get out of the forest and it was almost morning. Axel! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it isn't a strange voice. It's the voice of my friends who are looking for me. Over here! So they found me and impatiently ran toward me. Where were you? The worry was killing us. I couldn't find the exit. Alfred blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. And so, as sudden as it happened, the night was left behind, being replaced by boring days, almost identical days. But at least I had achieved our goal. I had a night worthy of remembering. 9 a.m., November 15th. Several days have passed since then. Suddenly I see a cat walk by. Ashley? I ask without even thinking. She turns to look at me confused, but of course she could not be who I spoke of. The cat seemed oddly friendly with humans. She observes me with shyness but doesn't growl at me. Without much thought, I decided to adopt her, maybe in hopes Ashley would come back someday, even if that was possible. Having this cute cat will make me remember Ashley forever. It might have been just a night, but it was an experience I would never forget. I hold the cat in my hands. She actually looks happy for having a new owner. Seeing her like that makes me smile. Without a doubt, you will be in good company. Okay. Yeah, he didn't do much of anything. He's like, I almost died, but I'm a hero. So I want the Lillian ending. I think that's the last ending that we didn't get. Can I speed through this? I cannot. Aha! So it's not English, which makes it, you know, at least now I know it's Russian. So that's why it was hard to read. They did a great job, though. It was cute. I liked it. Is there one more ending? We'll have to look. Yeah, I like the first one the best, I think. I have one more ending, and it's the Lillian ending, but I don't know how to get the Lillian ending. So I think I'll try, and then... let's see. Okay, how did we do this last time? Did we confront the cat or escape? I think we confronted the cat. I can't trust her. I'm sorry, I can't believe in what you say. I said suddenly with a voice more serious than before. It's no joke. I feel bad for saying it, but that's just how I really feel. You attacked me and my friends. Why should I help you? The face actually says it all. She simply cannot believe it. But, she murmured with disbelief reflecting on her red eyes. She seemed hurt, but there is no turning back. I'm sorry, but this is my decision, I said, putting an end to the conversation. Goodbye. I then added, started to walk back to the cabin. Okay, go. Just go back to her then. Ashley suddenly said, furious. Truth is, I can't blame her. I hope you don't regret it later. Oh, she knows what's up. Not saying more, I distance myself from her one step at a time. Before losing sight of her, I take a look back. She's on her knees facing towards the ground. I feel sorry for her, but I've already made my decision. I wonder how Lily is doing. I hope she's well. Since we were attacked by Ashley for no reason, no doubt I felt something when I kissed her. But perhaps there's more behind it than what I heard from Ashley. I should go talk to her. 3:35 a.m. Finally, I'm here. Again, the image of the old cabin stands in front of my eyes. I sigh, doubting for a second, but I have to be strong. Arming myself with courage, I go towards the cabin and prepare to knock on the door. But just at that moment, someone or something stops me. Axel. Before I knew it, Lillian opens the door and gives me a warm hug, excited to see me back. It seems that she heard my footsteps as I approach, or perhaps she has some power of observation. Either way, it doesn't matter. She's here and seems to be happy to see me. Brave knight, you're back safe and sound, Lillian said while looking at me in the eyes with tenderness, then giving me a sweet smile. Seems impossible she could do something as evil as Ashley said. Yes, it seems so, I murmured without much emotion. I was more than confused. No matter what I do, something always seems to be wrong. Don't worry about me. I'm much better now, thanks to the help you gave me. Lillian ends with a sweet smile. However, now I should reward you for coming back to my side. The last thing she calls my attention instantly. Reward me? I repeated inquisitively. What kind of reward could she be talking about? Of course, since you managed to escape from the claws of that horrible Ashley and you've shown loyalty to me, that's why you'll have your reward. After saying that, Lillian's eyes turn naughty. I hate the way they wrote that. She looks into my eyes with a playful smile. Suddenly, she approaches her face close to mine. I can smell her feminine scent. Before there wasn't any, since she had yet to truly materialize. Close your eyes and you will receive your reward. Lillian says those words very gently. There's something charming in her voice. I cannot resist her. Before I knew it, I had closed my eyes as she asked me. At that moment, her lips and mine came together. Only this time, it's much more intense. I can feel her heat and softness in more detail. Our kiss is much more passionate than it was before. Without any shame, we kissed, overflowing with love. Suddenly, I feel my strength leave my body. She holds me tight so that I don't fall down as if I were a toy. After kissing her from the bottom of my heart, I am left without any energy. My skin is pale, my body feels cold, heavy as if made of lead. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. Don't worry, I won't take your life, Lillian said, full of pride. Besides, I have more than enough energy to accomplish my vengeance. Suddenly she smiles. It's a malicious smile that I never would have wanted to see. Wait, did she say revenge? My mind barely works now. Everything looks fuzzy. Everything is so confusing. I don't even seem to mind hearing that or imagine how cruel it could be. Definitely there is something broken in me. You've shown loyalty to me, so you will be my partner in this eternity. That kiss was our contract. You shall be my servant and will obey me and please me in everything that I need. After saying that, Lillian suddenly begins to laugh an eerie laughter filled with joy. Yes, my lady, fedora tip, was all I could say without showing any rejection, without any resistance. My body and my mind had ceased to be under my control. It's my first slave, how pleasing. I never thought that I would find a human so stupid, but at the same time noble as you. I think I was lucky. Lillian's look at the time reflects a seductive malice. They are cruel blue eyes that love to be like that. But there is a problem. A slave without power is not useful. She pauses and then snaps her fingers. I know. I'll share some of my power with you. Count yourself lucky. After saying that, she laughs playfully. Then she sets her gaze on me. Uh-oh. I suddenly feel that my strength is returning to normal. She lets go of me and I have no problem standing on my own. But soon I realize that I was wrong. I feel even stronger than before. Great, now just one more thing left to do, Lillian said as she looked at me with a mischievous smile. Surely she wasn't thinking anything good, but before she could say more, something interrupts her. Ashley appeared in front of the two. Thankfully, you still live. Come with me. We still can beat her, Ashley shouted, sounding almost desperate. I hear it, but even if I want, my body does not respond. I can't talk. I am completely still as if it were a statue. You idiot, what were you waiting for? Flee, Ashley said, seeing my lack of reaction, sounding even more desperate. Here's the only idiot. Here, the only idiot is you, don't you realize? It was not necessary to kill him to carry out my plan. The look in her blue eyes said it all. She already had the victory in her hands. Alright, are we about to fight? Can we fight again? Let's fight. Let's freaking fight, bro. You lie, lie, lie! Ashley doesn't take the news well. She screams furiously while looking with hatred at Lillian. The enmity of the two must be something deeper than what I imagined. No, it's the truth. It was the simple response of Lillian, displaying a confident smile that was almost insulting to see. I didn't expect to have to use this method, but there is no other option. Suddenly, Ashley's nails grow long and sharp as knives. She points to her own jugular. Stop her, ordered Lillian without hesitation. At that moment, I feel my body disintegrate, and before I knew it, I was right next to Ashley. In less than a blink, I changed direction. By pure instinct, I grab her arms and stop Ashley. No, let go of me, you giant idiot. I have to do this or you don't know what will happen. She tries to escape, but now I have more strength, superhuman strength. I will not allow you to do that, Lillian said, ending with a short laugh. Then she smiles, full of confidence, partially hiding her lips behind one hand, like, oh, that like, with elegance. Let me go, let me go, let me go. Ashley repeats the same thing over and over, but little by little she becomes quieter, accepting her defeat. She then lowers her head in silence. It appears something was stealing her power. It's my fault. That something is no other than me. You will be my main guest, Ashley, of how I carry out my revenge. You don't have to worry about those idiot humans. Besides, deep down, you wanted it too. Ashley silently accepts her fate. It breaks my heart to see her like that, but no matter how hard I try, my body doesn't listen to me, not even a single muscle. Tonight, I will fulfill the reason of my existence. How beautiful, after so long waiting for this day, finally they will all know my revenge. Lillian looks very different from when I first saw her. She now can't stop laughing with euphoria. Every single one of her laughs leaves a scar in my heart. Now I understand my mistake, now that it is too late. My body has become her slave. I am just a puppet now, waiting for my lady to pull her strings. Uh-oh. That night, I was a witness to the most heinous act someone could commit. Murders, torture, screams, blood, tears. I saw all of this more than once each. Family, friends, and neighbors were murdered, and I couldn't do anything about it. No, that isn't right. My own hands were the ones who took their lives. I still remember their faces in agony, silently begging me to stop. But no matter how much I wanted to, my will is controlled by someone else. I am just a puppet now, waiting for my mistress to pull my strings. An eternal life filled with misery is all that waits me. In my despair, I managed to break the control of Lillian, but just for long enough to make a single move. Surrounded by death and fire, I shout a loud and heartbreaking scream to the sky. My voice echoes all over, carrying a message of pain for which there are no words. My revenge in this town is fulfilled. However, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Lillian pauses. She beholds the destruction of the town with satisfaction and then turns to look at me with a smile. We are leaving. Yes, my princess. You are so cute. Seeing her smile makes my heart pound. Although I'm just a puppet now, I still feel a fragment of my conscience. But it's already corrupted. Her revenge and smile inspire love instead of hatred. Because my life and world are only Lillian now. We will always be together for all eternity. Of course, I will always protect you, help you, and love you for all eternity. I will do everything so that my lady, my princess, can be happy. I couldn't expect any less from you, my loyal servant. You truly are my knight in silver armor. Wow. That one was really dark. Town of Abington, Oxford Country, November 12th. It's been over 1 week since the discovery of the total slaughter in the small town. Police still have no clues about what happened here. The evidence is scattered everywhere, explained the chief of police, William Lang. It's as if we were trying to find a needle in a haystack. An explanation for why everyone suddenly decided to kill their neighbors and commit suicide later, but sadly there isn't one. This case, the needle does not exist. So far, everything seems to point to that it was a pagan ritual. This town years ago was related to witches and other supernatural legends. But there is no doubt these deaths were the result of nothing but human actions. Anyway, we will continue with the investigations. The chief sounded confused, but in reality all the country is. Literally, in a single night, all the inhabitants of Abington died by the hand of their own neighbors. There were not just murders, many were tortured too. According to the investigations, more than 1,000 people were burned alive in this incident. Wow, that's sad. Okay, full completion marks. I got the whole game finished. That's what happens when you simp. Yes! Yes! Only tragedy and rejection and blood. Listen to the music too. It's so like chipper and upbeat. I feel accomplished though. Like that was a lot to read. Eternal Night Studios. I want to see if they have any new games. I might be able to play those later. That was really interesting though. I just wish the characters were older. That's what I was thinking. It's like a really dark and twisted, you got a friend in me. Alright, well, that's that. Thanks for watching. That was really fun actually. I feel so bad for Axel. And then his friends. I guess he just walked out of the forest and got his friends. And that was dark. That was super, super dark.